It's 7:15. Doing some video editing. Hanging out with the wrecking crew. You like your little Mr. Beans? Not Mr. Bean, but a Mr. for beans.
It's getting closer. There's not much rail left for those wheels to roll on. I think any further than that is pushing our luck. That one's about to roll off. Pretty close.
Is it cut enough? Brake really easy though is the question. No. The only way for me to brake that easier is to cut it more, and the only way for me to cut it more is to move the tower back so that the saw has something to roll on. I don't really want to pry on this too hard because it's one of the slabs I'm trying to use for a tabletop. Almost looks like it wants to move. Maybe I should get a better wedge. Okay, see if I can keep these guys distracted for 2 seconds while I bust this off. Oh, nope, too late. Beans, go play with your brother. Go on. There. I'm doing heavy duty industrial stuff here. I don't want you to get hurt. There we go. Okay. Gotta grab that rock. Gotta grab that bench over there. Grab that tower back there. Come on, Bobby. Get out of the muck. Get your feet all white. Come on, Beans. Come on, Bob. Stay out of there. Yeah, lots of jade to grab. Lots of stuff to do. But we're finished that slab for now anyways. All right, Beans. Alrighty. Well,
Truck's ready to go to work. Me and my dad are just grabbing the last few tools we need to get the oil out of the excavator and get it loaded up. I went and looked at the excavator earlier this year. It was snowed in way too deep. I just spent 2 hours up the completely wrong road. This whole area out here last summer burned, and I'm right in the thick of it right now. There's the Doosan right there.
And that is where the exhaust should be. And there's all the bolts for the exhaust.
My dad and Gary went back a couple months later, fired the machine up and found out that one of the injectors or something had failed, and it was filling the crankcase with diesel fuel, which what's it called? It disperses the oil when the diesel gets in the motor. And then the diesel fills up the area where the oil's supposed to be, and the oil overflows when you start it. So we got to go in, drain the oil, put the right amount of oil in, and then try to start it and see if it doesn't blow less oil out the dipstick. Because when Gary and my dad went in, tried to start the excavator, it fired up, but oil came out of a number of different places in the motor, and that's a big problem. So we're going to try to go fix that issue with the oil overfilled and load that excavator and get it back to the yard here in Quesnel. And this is the excavator that you guys saw me get out of 2 Mile last year with Gary and Garen. This is the 225 Doosan. So you'll remember that if you've seen previous episodes on this channel.
excavator. Gary's up there with the dozer.
Anyways, we got all kinds of jade cut, trucks fixed, and we're ready to get back to work. We're going to Jade City on Saturday. It's Thursday today, so we got a day of work today, one day getting ready tomorrow, and then Saturday morning I'm northbound, and I am excited.
Okay, beautiful day in Quesnel, just zipping into Walmart, grab some oil with my dad, we're good to go. Okie dokie. Beans is sick as heck. Bobby's here. My dad is following us, and we are heading out on the 3100 towards Likely from Wells, and we're gonna go grab this excavator today. Okay, we made it out here on the mine site. We were on when all the snow was here this winter. And my dad's already down there getting pallets out so that we can crawl under the doosan and try to change the oil real quick. Yep, so we're looking for buckets now to drain the oil out because this thing had an injector stick and filled the motor with diesel, and so now we got to get enough fluid out of the motor to fire it up. Oh yeah, and somebody took the batteries out of this thing to move all the other equipment, which is more convenient for access, but we had to put the batteries back in it. So got batteries in it, and we're just gonna get a couple buckets so we can catch all the fluid we're draining out. I got the inspection plates taken off, and there's the plug that we gotta pop. Maybe, yeah, hopefully not, but potentially I will definitely spill some oil. We shall find out here momentarily. Yep. Okay, very nerve-wracking moment. Got the right amount of oil in it. Batteries are hooked up. Last time they started this thing, they had fluid going everywhere. It was a major problem, and it's out of fuel right now. Are you ready? Yeah. Well, it's running. Is it blowing oil everywhere? No oil? Well, I got a straight pipe 225 doosan. Okay, I'm gonna close the hood and see if I can crawl it up the hill. Not really, no. It most definitely is not very happy. And if it's gonna die, it's gonna be right here. Come on, keep going. Keep going, keep going. Come on, you thing. I don't want to swear on here. This YouTube life is changing me as a man, I'm telling you. Okay, my dad's got to move his truck now. Oh, he's getting a video. Bean's been having a rough day. I've been sick in the truck. Yeah, there's a lot of equipment out here. We're gonna get this truck pulled out, back the low bed in right here, split the neck, and then walk the hoe up on the neck with it split and make it a lot easier. What an interesting day. We've made it this far. Gotta get that machine on here now. Hope for the best. Has to start raining just before we're done. Clean that out. Okay. Oh, this thing really is not running very good. Big facts. I just need it to run for another 20 feet, 40 feet to get on the trailer. We are so close. A mother just ran out of fuel. God, that sucks. I don't know if they siphoned all the fuel out of it or what's going on now, but it just died. Okay, got. Please start. Oh, this is like absolute worst case scenario. So we just spent the last hour priming and trying to get the excavator to refire up, but it would not start again. It died obviously halfway on the trailer. The angle climbing out of the mine site was way steeper than this, but obviously we ran it out of fuel and it was saying low fuel, but I was hoping it was going to get on the trailer, and I was wrong. It didn't make it on the trailer, and fuel was the one thing we didn't bring because it was full last time we were here. So batteries got pulled out, fuel got pulled out. And yeah, now we're stuck halfway on the trailer. So we're going to come back tomorrow morning first thing with a bunch of fuel and a battery charger. And we're going to prime and get this fuel system primed and running and get this machine on this trailer and out of here. For now though, unfortunately I have to leave my truck here too because the neck is on and the Jeep is down and I can't drive it home. Bit of a tight spot for everybody on this road. Damn. It's like really not good to have to leave this truck and trailer here. Okay, well, not very common that I have to leave my truck on the side of the road 3 hours from home. Thankfully, my dad's here. I got a sign put on it. Hopefully, nobody will mess with it. I think there's enough room to get by here if there's a real emergency for a big truck. Damn. Oh my God, okay. Many hours later and lots of it's running again. Let's get this thing loaded. Okay, so I guess now we can say that things are going okay, because yesterday we said, oh, things are going pretty good when we were almost loaded, and then everything went nuclear and we had to come back with tools. So now, Dad, I think we can probably say things are going okay.
It's going good.
Now it's going good. Now the excavator is on the trailer and I can hook up to it and we can chain down. Nothing's going to stop us from getting out of here now. So I think it's safe to shut this thing off. Anybody in the market for a straight pipe Doosan? Runs really good, I swear. Yeah, you don't want my job. I mean it. Holy smokes, can't even explain how much of a relief it is to have this thing on the trailer. That is awesome. I'm the most qualified guy on the crew shoveling tracks. Beans is just walking around. Beans, you should be shoveling tracks. Okay, get the last of our tools tidied up here and let's get on the road. Okay, that was the cutest thing ever. Okay, last time I'm gonna say it, I swear, but that's a good feeling having that machine on there. Bit of a pain in the butt, stressful day or two, so a lot of relief now. We'll put our oversized banners and turn our rotos on when we hit the pavement. Got to call in a permit anyways. Alrighty, let's get the heck out of here. You're good? Okay.
Right on. No tools. No tools. Got everything we need. Machine's all chained down, ready to go. All right, let's go. Heck yeah, I got my dad in the background, excavator on the deck, and we are on our way out. That is one good feeling. What a long couple days in there just to get this machine loaded and en route out of here. But we're done now. We're making it. Oh yeah, we got some weight on. Well, that was a long couple days. Thankfully, back in the yard. Got the excavator back where it belongs. We worked hard last season, lots of suffering to get that thing here, so it's nice to have it back where it belongs with people who are going to take better care of it. So we'll get this thing fired up, running, fixed up, and back to 100%. Roto's looking good. Those guys are still working on the rear. Sweet. I'll call it a day, let my dogs out, feed them some dinner. It's a win. Bean's very happy to be home. He's not exactly a travel dog yet. He doesn't love it, but he definitely loves getting back to the yard. Right, Beans? You like getting home, back to your yard? He said, yeah, give me some dinner. All right, let's go. Beans. Bob. I made it back to the yard. It's windy as heck. The highway's busy with lots of traffic, but I got a windbreaker put up here so I can try to drain the oil mixed with diesel, or you can try to call it diesel. I have a lot to explain with this machine. We got a lot of information yesterday and we were able to finally get it running and get it loaded. Like the short version of the story is that the guys who had this machine, they used a mixture of engine oil and kerosene to run as an alternative to the diesel. This machine has like a emission system that uses the diesel and an afterburner in the exhaust. So it was like spraying kerosene and used engine oil into the afterburner and plugged the filter. And then it was also spraying that disgusting stuff through the injectors, and it stuck at least one injector open, and so it's like flooding the motor with diesel, and then the diesel is filling the crankcase where the engine oil is, and it's like washing cylinders, and it's just not a good time right now for this machine. So currently the crankcase is way over full with oil diesel combination. I gotta drain it. And I need a wind block so that when I crank the oil plug off the bottom of the motor, I don't end up with oil spraying in every direction. So that's the wind barrier. I'm gonna go grab a big bucket to catch all the oil, and then we're gonna fix the oil in that thing so that we can quickly unload it before that stuck injector fills the engine again. Wish us luck. All right, well, we thought it was just a stuck injector that was filling the crank with diesel. So I was draining the crank here to put some fresh oil in it so that I could unload this excavator without overpressuring everything, because the volume is way off on the engine oil because it's been diluted with diesel. And so I pulled the plug to drain the oil diesel mixture, and I found some pretty interesting little components. Those are definitely things that you do not want to find inside of your oil pan. That's not good. Okie dokie. Oil's topped up. Fuel levels are good. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna unload this machine, get into position, and split the neck, and then fire this hurt unit up and walk it off the trailer. We're very confident the pieces I found in the oil pan yesterday are pieces of the sleeve. You can see the score marks are on the inside of the curve. If it was piston skirt, the score marks should be on the outside of the curve. So pretty confident that it's a sleeve, at least one. We're not sure how much damage is done to the motor on this thing, but we're gonna try to minimize any more damage by unloading and parking it as quick as possible. So that's the plan anyways. Alrighty, it's better. I'll go get my dad, get him to come help spot for me on this thing. We'll get this thing unloaded, we'll get it tracked around into the yard and the gate here and park it somewhere. Real easy access for the mechanic that we're gonna save up to hire, because I'm guessing we're gonna have to start saving for the rebuild now, because that's not gonna be a cheap motor to rebuild, but I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be very worth it. One thing at a time anyways. Heck yeah. Got the dew stand unloaded. Now I'm just getting some slabs ready to go to Jade City. That is a big boy. And then this one's looking great. Haven't had as much time to polish on it as I'd like, but
Definitely getting there. What a beefcake. And like relatively flat. Okie dokie. That's a pretty nice feeling, even though the Doosan's in pretty rough shape. The old Patrick's in pretty rough shape too, but getting a yard full of equipment's never a bad feeling. Back to the work zone. All right, it's been threatening to rain all day, but it has not started raining yet. I'm just on the far end of the yard now, trying to cut some of these big rocks up so that they're a little bit easier to manhandle. Heck yeah, yard's getting cleaned up. This is where all the saws were, or the whole setup for the saw was. Got the generator also moved. It's all down on that end of the yard now. Yeah, obviously we've got the Doosan here now. That Patrick is still for sale, 4,000 bucks, 1973 Patrick, runs and drives. Needs some work, but yeah, that's sitting there. And I got to get some of these rocks loaded up, ready to go to Jade City next week. Truck goes in for an inspection next week, and then once the inspection's done, we're heading up to Jade City. But I'm just getting the truck pulled in the yard so that I can load my pickup and the boat and a bunch of other things to go up north, all the jade, like I said. We're gonna get ready to go here. And that starts with getting our truck back in our yard now that it's clean and empty. All right, I figured you guys have seen enough time lapses of me pulling into my own yard. Dang, my expensive asphalt yard here ain't holding up so good. The, we'll just say foreign gentleman who sold us the yard insisted that once it hit plus 20 or 30, this would pack right down into solid concrete. I have my doubts, and I always did. That well, it's a little bit dirty. Oh, there it is. It's cleaning up now. Gross. Oh well, flushing it out. Okay, well, I'm just using a piece of wood to try to make a straight cut here. Prop the wire in a couple spots to try to, straighten out the cut as much as I can. That way, if there is a unique core to this rock and it's not super high quality, then I can take a nice straight slab from next to it. It's not super easy. The bottom wire is a little bit off, like it's not exactly lined up where I want it to be, but the hope is that it pulls straight, ends up more straight than not. It's really hard to get perfect, and I'm just kind of experimenting here anyways, so it's not mission critical, but dang, the better and flatter these are, the, more efficient my use is here. It's a good spot for Bob to monitor the saw with me. Just turning the speed up a little bit. Just gonna go mow some grass while the saw is cutting up top. I shouldn't go too far from the saw while it's cutting. I want to make sure that the wire doesn't get pinched and bind up. Stop cutting, and then the wheel and the rubber inside the wheel will get hot and melt out. And I can't get on this lawnmower without Bob coming for a ride. He says, yeah.
I just want to take a moment to thank everybody for watching all these videos, and for commenting all the positive things that you guys comment on them, and all the encouragement over the years from all the people who have followed along with Jade Fever, and then after following along with Jade Fever, they found me online and followed along with me and encouraged me to start this channel, because those are the people who I started the YouTube channel for. I didn't start this channel because I wanted to get millions of followers or because I had a chip on my shoulder or I wanted revenge on the guys who shut us down. I started this channel because I had enough messages from people who were invested in the show emotionally and mentally and like enjoyed the story and enjoyed following along. There was enough people who were invested in the show like me and my family were, and those people were let down and disappointed, just like me and my family were, when the show got so misrepresented, mishandled, and then just disappeared into the ether overnight. And same with the Jade Mining, which is even more devastating than the TV show. 3 generations of hard work evaporating into nothing because one very corrupt, very biased, very dishonest politician, for lack of a better term, misrepresented a group of people and shut down my family's business. And so I appreciate the people that are invested in the story and me and my family and all the positive words that those people have shared with me, especially in the comments on this YouTube page. I've been getting a bunch of really positive comments on every video that I post, and I want everybody to know that I read and I see every single comment, and I appreciate you guys. And that's what this channel's for, is for the people who want to know what's going on, they want to know the truth, and they want to hear our opinion and our side of the story, unlike all the networks and all the people who totally disregarded us because the opposition for us was a group that was a very sensitive topic at the time. And so I just appreciate the people who have always listened and had our back, and all the people who requested that I start this channel. Like I said, shit's for you guys. Appreciate you. Keep watching. And yeah, I just want to say, you know, setting up this channel for you guys, and thank you for the continued support. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, follow, whatever you want. And as always, as the page grows and as the subscribers grow, promise we'll put everything back into the channel so that you guys can continue to see the story, and one day potentially we could have a better production than Jade Fever even was, have a new production on this YouTube channel that has better funding and a bigger jade mine and a better story than we ever could have dreamed of. And it could be just totally independently controlled by all of us. All the comments that you guys make affect the way that I make videos and affect the editing, and they affect the process of like what I'm doing day to day. If you guys want to see more trucking, if you guys want to see more mining, if you guys want to see, you know, different things, me and other people's vehicles, just keep suggesting and tagging people in these videos, and, you know, we'll just see what happens. Appreciate you guys. Nobody cares. We're just going to keep working harder.